Hello, everybody. Welcome to another podcast video here with me, Carlos Trey Salazar. I am a photographer here in Austin, Texas, and I specialize in shooting men, OnlyFans creators, and some TikTok guys. And today I had the best time working with Mr. Girth Brooks. Girth Brooks, say hi.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Awesome. Crowd is going wild. They love him. Also, I do get some comments from you guys that I know I hear a lot of, and I do read your comments. Don't think I don't. About you don't like the sound effects. Well, too fucking bad. I like the sound effects. So if you don't like it, then I'm sorry. They're going to still be here. And yeah, so
we love the sound effects.
We'd love them. I mean, I turn it up loud. Oh,
bow, bow, bow.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's fun pushing.
It's
buttons.
endless.
Can I try this one?
Yes. That's
yeah.
Okay, this is this is the one you push when I say so are you gay, straight, bi, poly?
Straight. Oh, straight. Fuck.
That sucks. Why? That's my favorite one. It's so funny. People think this one, they're like, you sound like you're like in a sitcom. I'm like, yeah, because we are.
Hey.
Yeah.
Welcome to my show.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm in Austin, Texas, and usually I get guys down here to work with me to do a photo shoot. We do a video shoot. We do some content. And luckily, Girth is driving to LA right now.
Yep.
And he stopped by Austin on his way back to Dallas and then to LA. So he's literally here just for 24 hours. So
yeah, I'm just squirreling around.
Yeah, just like a little squirrel. And we did as much as we possibly could in the time that he's been here, which has been a lot, actually. We worked a lot today.
Yeah, we did work a lot today.
Yeah.
We had some fun today.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun today.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
We worked, but yeah, it was fun
fun.
Whole time.
Yeah, it was. So we also, Girth does have a OnlyFans, Twitter, and X. What's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Girth Brooks _XXX.
And then your Twitter?
Girth Brooks _official.
Ooh, that was a close one.
I know.
And what's your OnlyFans?
Girth Brooks _official.
There you go. So I'm going to put all those somewhere around here, and you guys can look it up. It's also going to be in the more section underneath the video. If you click that, all the links will be right there for you guys to check out.
All the links.
Yes, all the links. So I'm really, really happy that Girth is here because I am a huge fan. I've been following him since the early 2000s, I guess that's what we could say.
I was not a fan until yesterday when I met you. Because you are fucking awesome.
Thank you. Say it louder. Look, okay, I know, crowd.
Calm it down. Calm it down. All right.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. We really did have a good time working today, and we got a lot of really good stuff. So let's start with where you kind of got started. So your name obviously is a take on another name. How did you get that?
Yeah, I was doing a scene, or I was dating a girl and found out she was a porn star.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
It's funny. I don't know. I have to laugh because it's funny. And she's a porn star. She asked me to do a scene, and I said, yeah, that's great. I'm having sex with you. Let's get paid.
Right.
And then I was sitting at a bar, like coming up with a name, and I was writing to like browsers and all this, trying to do all this. But when we were at the bar, I'm like from a small little town,
right?
Listened to a lot of country and Girth Brooks. Like we were just throwing out names, and someone said Girth Brooks, and I was like, "Fuck yeah,
that's it!
Hilarious! That's so funny." And
you know what's?
Go
ahead. No.
Well, I remember like when I first came out, like that's the dumbest name, and like
people talking shit.
People talking a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's fucking stupid. and I came back, 12 years later. I can't find a Girth name, a Girth email, like everything's Girth. There's like a lot of porn stars that are Girth now.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's Girth everything.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's so funny that you chose that name, and it was like what 2007 probably.
Yeah,
And no one
2007.
had taken that. You know what I mean? That's so
I
weird.
was the OG.
The OG.
The original Girth.
So, what's your favorite Garth Brooks song?
Uh,
Thunder Rolls.
no. It is Thunder Rolls.
Is it? Stop. No, it's not. Low Places. I got friends in low
Places
where the
whiskey grounds and the beer chases my blues away.
Some of y'all that are watching this probably have never heard of this song.
Okay.
Was that a good one?
No, that's definitely it then. That's definitely it.
You're gonna listen to it on the way to Dallas tonight, aren't you?
I do listen to it
all the time.
All the time. Yeah. I have a lot of country on my Spotify and Apple Music.
I love it.
It just shuffles through that. It's so easy when I don't have to like think about what I want. It just like plays all the shit I like.
I love it. I love it. That's how my music is. All right, so let's go back a little bit. So when you got started, you kind of started wanting to do straight porn because you had your girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
And you thought that was kind of going to be the direction you were going to go, but then it kind of all switched a little bit.
It
right?
did. Yeah. A little bit.
Just a little bit. I mean,
it was like going
just a
here,
little,
and then it just kind of
curved
like,
a little bit. Yeah. And you're like, oh shit. Okay. So how did that happen?
All right. So Ashley Edmonds was my first scene partner, and then she introduced me to Burke Banks, who was like her friend living in Florida, and he needed a new place, and I had an open room, and we hit it off. Like when we started hanging out, it was like gasoline and fire.
Nice.
Literally, I would say like, let's go and do this, and he'd be like, yeah. Well, like let's go and make it even cooler. And then I'd be like, well, then we can do this as well, and shit would just get out of hand. I mean, out of hand. We had a stripper pole living in our living room.
That's great.
So that added
more chaos.
More chaos. We tried building a pirate deck. Like we had a deck, a plank, like for walking the plank. So Burke and I had this big day on the beach, and I have this Jolly Roger tattoo. That's from Pirate Day. That is from Pirate Day. And so yeah, we got nuts. Anyways, he did gay for pay.
Okay.
Back to
so wait, when you found out he did gay for pay, like what was the extent of his gay for pay? Was it like was he having sex with guys, or was he so he was doing the full thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So how does he explain it to you? Like, does he tell you like, hey, like, did he tell you like, hey, you should really do gay for pay? Like, you should probably get into that, or was it like?
No, it wasn't ever like a push. He was just like, I was told by Ashley first. It was like, he does gay for pay, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. And so I talked to him about it, but it was just like, yeah, like do it, and like you go, and it's different, and but you don't understand. Like I don't remember like all the details because it's like in one ear, out the other.
Right.
Until you do it, you don't understand.
Right. Well, because you've never done anything like that before.
Yeah.
And so your first gig was with who?
Oh yeah, so he introduced me to Mike from Man Avenue. And he did a lot of solo stuff, so I was like comfortable with going and jerking off. I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
care
you do
if
that.
A guy was watching me or a girl was watching me.
Right.
I'm like an exhibitionist at heart, so anybody watching me is cool.
You like it?
It's fucking hot.
Right.
And then he offered more money for me to get a blowjob, and it took me like a few weeks, and I was like, yeah. And that was with Burke Banks, my best friend.
Oh, how funny.
So that was my first guy scene.
Really?
Yeah.
And how did that go? Was it weird, or were you just like...
No. I mean,
you're like slapping him around.
You're there to
work.
To
you're
do
there to
a
work.
job.
Right.
And that's how like I compartmentalize it. It's like I'm here doing a job, and
he's doing the job.
And he's doing I do what I'm comfortable doing.
Right.
And if I'm not comfortable doing it, I won't won't do it.
Right.
I have my boundaries and all that. And
Well, I
just
mean,
like
everybody
everyone else.
does. Yeah.
Exactly.
Everybody has a boundary. Everybody. I mean, there's some guys that I work with that when they do a couple scene, they'll be like, "Can I put my hand around your neck?" And they're like, "Yes."
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay, that's good, but let's not squeeze. I don't want anybody passing out." And he's like, "No, I won't. I won't." And I'm like, "All right, cool."
Yeah.
But sometimes some things surprise me. And I'm like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, I like it. I like it." I'm like, "All right, cool." So in doing this, I kind of find whenever I talk to guys that are that are straight and do gay scenes or whatever, like I feel like sex is on a kind of like or sexuality is kind of like on a spectrum. Like you have to enjoy it just a little bit in order to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And like they say like 1 is super straight and 10 is super gay. Like I know I'm a 10.
Yeah.
I already know.
Yeah.
I don't. I wish I wasn't. I wish I was more experimental, but I just know that I'm not because I have been propositioned and I've been around it where it's like going to happen, and I'm just like I can't do this,
Mm-hmm.
and it's sad to me because I wish I could, because I don't want to be
Now,
a
if
10.
I were to give you $1,000,
Then I would.
$2,000.
Yeah, if 5,000, I would do it.
Okay.
But personally,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Which I guess maybe I'm at 8 now because I would do it for money. You see, so there's I would be
Yeah.
straight for pay.
Yep.
I would be totally straight for pay. Look it's not going to happen. Crowd, chill out.
Yes. We need to invent the straight for pay.
No, I don't know.
Oh man. Invent. Well,
Yes,
it just
make it
got
happen.
invented.
Yeah, right now. That could be the website. Straight for pay. The girls would love it. The girlies would love it.
Oh my god.
Turning gay guys straight.
We're coining that idea
Okay.
and not telling this
Let's trademark it right now.
Yeah.
Call it. Okay. So, growing up and, being around because you're, sports and stuff and you've been around guys and stuff. I mean, were you the type of guy that was like, I just don't see it. I can't stand guys. Or were you the type of guy that was like, you know what, that guy's good looking, and not like in a sexual way, but just in a way that you're like, you recognize it.
Yeah, I definitely could recognize when a guy was good looking. I always kind of, saw the good looking guys with like 2 or 3 or 4 girls around
The hot girls.
them. Like, fuck, man. Like, I want to be the undeniably hottest, like sought after. But I'd put myself at like a 2. I mean, I could definitely tell. I'm definitely not a 1, but somewhere in the 2 to 3 range. Like I can tell a guy is good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So working with guys, have you ever had like a kind of not a bad experience, but just an experience that you remember the most?
Yes. Well, as far as a poor experience,
Or it can be any type of experience that you go straight to. You're like, God, I remember that.
Oh, my ladder scene with Connor Habib and Cody. He's like a blonde German dude.
Interesting.
Kobe Keller.
Oh, I know who that is. Yes.
Thank you. I was like so sad I couldn't remember.
I love him.
He was a good looking dude.
Oh yeah, he's like mountain man.
Yeah, like rugged mountain man.
Yeah.
Belongs in like Alaska.
Yes, like hunting moose,
hunting bear, and slaying some butthole.
So, yeah, exactly. So what was memorable about that scene?
It was the hottest, most perfect orchestrated cum shot. So Connor, we had him like tied up, and we were face fucking him and all this other shit. And at the final part, he was like in the chair or like on the ladder, and we're on other things around him.
So you're high.
We're like, like up just a little bit, or just like kind of like next to him.
Yeah.
But he starts coming, and then I start coming, and then he starts coming within like a 5-second.
That's some Hollywood magic shit.
It was the most perfect, and everyone's just like
everywhere
flying through the air, like it was raining. It was it was
Gnarly.
beautiful as art. It was perfect.
Yeah. And where is
Oh.
this scene at?
That was at.
I mean, where can people?
Raging,
Where,
yeah,
where
I think
can,
it was
Raging Stallion.
Or
So that was one that you just shot.
yeah.
Nice.
That was like my first big
production.
Production. Yeah, I was out in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
I can't remember all the names. I mean, I literally like just remember calling my agent and being like, "You got any more scenes? You got any more scenes?" Like,
Right,
it was
right.
good money, so I was just,
I'm in.
give me more, and
Yeah.
I'd go and I'd be professional and have fun and make some sexy content and enjoy the travel and meeting the people, and that was
So the whole experience.
The lifestyle.
Right, right.
And I was very poor at, like, I would just go and show up and like be there and like, yeah, because I relied on my agent. Like, I wasn't reaching out to people.
Right, right.
Like,
Because he knows everybody. He's the one that's going to get you into these other studios.
that's like how it worked, and so I used that channel.
Right. And how long have you been with this agent?
Well, that agent was, I was with him like from the beginning, basically. After Fab Scout was like, all right, I need an agent that knows these people.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's your memorable experience. So I'm going to go back a little bit now that we've kind of talked about that. So being in the porn industry, how did that affect your relationship with your family? Like, did you tell them right off, or was it kind of like you're like, shit, I really don't want to say anything, but I have to tell them eventually, because if something comes up,
No. I was like, this will never come out.
No one's ever gonna know.
Yeah. None of my friends watch gay porn.
Oh my God. Like, and then like your friends are calling you like one day later, like
I didn't tell anybody. And I, like, the day that it happened, it was like started, like, I got a call and I was like, oh shit. Like, oh, we just heard. I'm like, okay. And then I got call after call after call and people texting me, like, from numbers I don't even know how they had my, like, I didn't know who it was because I didn't have their number. I got blown up for that day, and it trickled on for like a week. I mean, it was absurd with how many calls.
and that's because you thought no one
I just
would ever.
didn't think it would come out.
Because your friends are on the DL, that's why.
Yeah,
they're like,
apparently.
So then you call your parents, and you
no,
you don't.
No,
you're like, no, I don't.
No, unless they're telling me that they know,
I'm not gonna say anything.
I'm not saying anything.
So when did you finally decide to? Oh, well, how long did you live like that?
Yeah. I mean, basically until like now.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, people, like, it was known. It was very well known.
Right, right.
But not as, and I would never, like, I always appreciated or admired or enjoyed saying, like, telling people.
Right, right.
But, but now is when I'm just like 100% open. Girth is fucking here, and I don't care who the fuck knows about it.
Right, or who gets pissy about it.
Yeah.
That's great, though.
Yeah, it is great.
Do you feel like more like a weight's been lifted off your shoulder, like you're not having to be incognito whenever you go back home, or not that you would ever talk about it?
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I want to talk about it.
You're right.
Like, I want to talk about it. I enjoy it. Like, when someone that might not understand or has like unknown feelings, like which way, like how they're feeling about it,
right,
and they talk to me about it, I love those conversations. And you can ask me anything. I'm an open book.
See, I feel the same way whenever people come up to me and kind of ask me that, and just like the way that how my job is and what I do. I like to tell them because I want it to be honest. Because I think a lot of the perception that people have about like sex workers, or me as a photographer taking pictures of men, and nudity and pornography, all that kind of stuff. It's like they have this perception that it's just really bad and seedy, and and I'm like, it's nothing like that.
No,
It is nothing like that.
The nicest people I've ever met have been in this industry.
I feel the same way. Like I mean, there's a couple of assholes every once in a while, but like
Yeah.
the more people I work with, the more I've realized how everybody is just really just wanting to do a job, get the best out of it, and like make money. Like we're all trying to do is we're trying to, and that's what I tell the people. I'm like, we're just all trying to make money.
Yeah.
I also get a lot of people that will message me and be like, well, he's only, 19 years old and he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm like, no, he does. Like, would you rather him be working at Starbucks for $7 an hour or doing this that he loves and he gets to travel and he has no qualms about it and he's making like $2,000 a week?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
like, it's a no-brainer.
People make their own choices all the time. And I've never regretted a thing I've ever done.
Right.
And so back to the question that you were asking me before, it was like when a weight was lifted off my shoulder, I was like, no, definitely not a weight. It's more of like a freeness.
Right.
Of
a weight.
Damn it. Damn it.
I know, guys. I'm trying to tell him. No, I'm kidding.
I feel free that this weight
was lifted.
Okay.
So speaking about your family, do you have siblings?
Yeah. So I'm one of four. I'm the oldest, and I have two younger brothers, and the youngest is sister.
Who do you think you're the closest with?
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
Are y'all the type that kind of talk to each other at least once a week?
I've tried to. No.
I feel like you're the chatty Cathy. Like you're the one. You're the one texting
I hate
everybody.
Being on the phone.
No, not chatting, but just texting everybody all the time. Like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, what are you doing?
No. It's like just when I get enough motivation to like reach out. Like, it's probably like from once a week to once a month.
Oh, okay.
And recently, as we've got older, too, like it used to be, I wouldn't talk to
forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Ever. And now, like as you get older, you text each other more. And when I moved back to Florida, we got a lot closer because I had been all over the place. And since I was 18, I moved away and just kind of back and forth, and then college and blah, 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 blah. So it was very
nice being close.
Yeah, like just coming back together and like re-gluing that glue that hadn't been there for a while.
Isn't that the weirdest thing? How when you get older, you get more. Because I'm the same way with my brother and sister. Like now we talk all the time. Like not all the time, but like we're just so much more closer. And like, and I used to hate my brother when I was like a kid. Like not like in a bad, like not like a I want to kill him, but like he used to get on my freaking nerves. Same thing with my little sister. And now it's like we talk all the time, and it's like everything's cool. Like we're these adults,
Yeah, like we grew up or something.
Yeah, I hate it.
and got like ideas that mean we can love each other.
Yeah, it's
not hate each other.
It's bullshit.
Yeah,
it's total bullshit.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of kind of like your childhood, your family and stuff. Growing up, were you super athletic?
Yeah, I played a lot of sports. I started out, playing baseball. In high school, I played soccer, golf.
Right. So you were kind of like one of those like really athletic-y kids.
Yeah, I was a jock, but I was more like I was very involved with like the scholar athlete deal, like being like smart on the AV club and like all these other, things to like increase my college resume because I wanted to go to college.
And what did you want to do when you got into college? Like what was your dream when you were a kid, when we were little kids and not a kid, but like in high school, you were like, I want to be an astronaut.
Oh, astronaut for sure. Like, I love space and still I tried to pursue astronaut. I was trying right before I moved to Florida when I actually started. I put in my application for pilot navigator in the Air Force,
Nice.
and that didn't work out. And so I met that girl and started doing porn at that time.
Right.
So that's how that all started. But in high school, yeah, I started out, I really wanted to be like a business, you know, like entrepreneur, own my own business.
Right. Right. Were you like a good grade person?
It didn't take a lot of effort for me to get good grades.
Yeah.
But my father was like really strict and like expected this too.
Oh, okay.
So then I expected it of myself,
Right.
and it still like wasn't like super hard.
Right.
I love math and science. Oh my God.
Yeah, and those are the two hardest actually at ones. You know what I mean? Like for most people.
Yeah, like I hate give me a freaking book to read and a book report. I'm gonna hate my life for the next week. God.
Yeah, I can see that. It's so boring. I mean, it's not boring, but it's just like it's just so stagnant. There's no.
Why not? I mean, it is. I wish I just enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
I mean, anything is exciting. Like,
Yeah.
but that was not my forte.
So what was your first experience with porn? Like growing up? Like
well, yeah. I lived on this long street, and the guy at the end of my street, my buddy, his dad had Playboys, so that was like in their backwoods campsite.
Oh wow!
And we would go back there, and they were like, we got these magazines with new chicks, and I was like, holy shit, this is wrong, but it feels so good.
Now growing up, I mean, while you did that, one of my experiences with that is like I remember being a kid and looking at dirty magazines, because back then that's pretty much was it. There was not you didn't have a phone to like look up the most horrendous things.
You were still calling 800 numbers on the side of the street on a payphone, and just listening to them talk.
Yeah, and
like, if you want to talk to Lucy,
you're like
$3.
putting in your 8 quarters, 10 quarters. But I remember as a kid, we would masturbate together. And I don't know, like, I feel like a lot of people do that. And I don't understand. What I don't understand is like how it became a thing, because it's not like we were kids, So like, how did we hear about that, and why would we do it? You know what I mean? Did you ever experience that where you're just like, you do it, but then you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, like I definitely didn't really like it once. So that same kid, like, we were jerking off together, and it felt like kind of uncomfortable,
right?
But
you're not really paying attention to each other; it's just happening.
Well, if you're doing it, it was secret,
right?
Like you're
not going to tell anybody.
Yeah, you're under the cover thinking you're being sneaky,
right?
Or going to the bathroom or something.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we're just jerking off together, knowing. Except for that one time. And I was like, nope.
Not for me.
Nah.
Not for me.
Yeah.
So you said something about like doing it and growing up. What is like, did you ever think, looking at, porn or whatever, like, that's something I could do?
When I was in high school or in college, so after high school, I moved to Florida and did Cabana, and then I fell in love with a girl from Louisiana. So I moved to Louisiana, went to a school in Monroe down there, and heard about there's a person or a group that are doing this in the campuses, and I was always looking around like for a flyer or something like, how do I do this?
Right.
And that was like my first, I want to
try it.
Do it. Yeah.
So what I think a lot of people don't know about you is that, you started pretty, I mean, I don't want to say late, but you didn't start when you were like 19 or 20. You started when you were like
26.
26.
Yeah.
So before that, what were you up to? Like, were you still kind of like trying to figure out what you wanted to do, or what was going on?
Yeah, I've lived a very interesting life, just kind of back and forth of like, oh, I'm going to do this, but and doing that. So after high school, I was the cabana boy. And I already had a year of college actually out of high school because I did this dual enrollment program. So like, oh, I can take some time off. You know,
Right.
I worked my ass off. I deserve a little break. And then after that, I went back to school up in Massachusetts and then back to school in Louisiana. But there was a year in between that where I was just bartending at a golf course down there. And then,
Just kind of gaining life experience. Because
yeah, I was in and out of doing other things. And then I was a financial advisor in between, I was a realtor
wow.
after I came back to Massachusetts after Louisiana. And then was like, it's not working. Oh, then it was the crash. Then it was like,
Oh yeah, then no one. Yeah, the housing crash, and you're like, well, shit.
yeah. So that all went down, and I was like, maybe I should get my degree. And then went back to UMass and finished up my degree there, joined a frat. So I was 24 finishing up my
Masters.
my
Just your
undergrad.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. And so I was like Gramps, you know, I was like a pledge.
The dad pledge.
Yeah. And all the guys call me Gramps, which, you know, also made me have to do like less in the frat.
Right.
Because
They're
I'm
not going
like,
to pick on you.
come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
can you help me? Like, can you do that?
Yeah.
You know, I'll buy you a beer later.
And they're like, okay.
Yeah. It worked to my advantage.
That's good. So, okay. So, another thing that I think is interesting is, so when you got into the industry, like at 2007, and you did your first scene with, you know, your friend at the time. Well, he's probably still your
Ashley
friend.
or Burke?
Burke.
Yeah.
When did you think, after that scene where you're like, okay, I can do this, I can do it?
Yeah. I mean, so it took that scene, and I was like, okay, I can do that. I did it.
Right.
And then had my first sex scene like a month after that. And then I was like, I really am doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I'm
I can
in
do
it. Yeah.
So yeah, it was after that sex scene that
And
I
so-
said, yeah.
And so you were in the industry, and you left like in 2000,
2011? Yeah, 11. Yep.
and you had gotten pretty big. You don't think you were big, but you got really big.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like, I would just have my agent, and I'd just call him, and he'd call me, like, have gig. I'm like, sweet.
Did you ever tell me the first time that someone recognized you?
When I was in probably like 2 years, I was traveling, and people would like see me at the airport and notice and recognize me, or I'd be at like a pool somewhere and my tattoo would show.
Oh, the Superman tattoo.
And it's a dead giveaway.
Yeah, they're
So,
like, it's him.
Yeah. that tattoo definitely is like
The trademark.
trademark. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you leave in 2011, and you know, what was like your catalyst for kind of wanting to leave? Like, were you just kind of over it, or you know, you wanted to try something different again?
Well, yeah, it was all just like I wanted what I thought was a normal life.
Mhm.
You know, my goal was to be in a, you know, professional career or own my own business, and porn did not fit that mold.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to go back to this other world, and I went back to being a financial advisor.
Mhm.
So
And how long did you do that for?
So I was a financial advisor for a couple years prior to me going to Florida. And then so I jumped back into that and then got fired from 3 consecutive companies back to back to back. And after the second one, I realized that this is going to be a problem.
Yeah, you're like,
This is so I went down to Florida in the very beginning to become a pilot navigator because I wanted to be an astronaut after that. And then I started looking back into the military, and I talked to a Navy guy, and he was like, there's more fighter jets in the Navy than Air Force. I was like, all right, well, I'll be a mech,
Yeah.
I'll be a mechanic. I'm not going to be a pilot,
Yeah.
but I'll
But you
work
work with
around
them.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Which is still
Fuck yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Exactly.
Fucking math. Fucking math.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And Goose.
And good old Goose.
Goose.
Don't make me
Oh,
cry, man.
I love Goose.
Don't make me cry.
So you go and join the Navy.
I Navy it up. Become a sailor.
And how long were you in the Navy for?
Like 4.5, 5 years.
That's
It was
crazy.
awesome.
You loved it.
I did. Just like the guys in your work center are everything.
Yeah.
We were up in Washington State, so it was gorgeous.
And you got to travel.
and travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did a stint out in Japan, Okinawa, on one of those islands out there, and it's absolutely beautiful. I learned how to scuba dive
Wow.
while I was there, and they had a golf course on base.
Nice.
And I'm a huge golfer, so
So you loved it.
yeah.
So you're in the Navy, and then how do you go from that to kind of coming back into porn? Like, what was the catalyst for that?
So the catalyst was, after the Navy, I went Pepperdine, got my MBA, and went into the corporate world.
Right.
Finally, I was like 8 years out, and I was like, it's got to be buried by now. Like, I don't Google myself. I
Right.
don't Google anything. I don't look at all this
Anything,
stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I had no idea when I came back, but I was sick of like 60 to 80 hour work weeks. And just the stress and the pressure. So I stopped doing that. It took like a year to figure out what my next step was.
Right.
And OnlyFans was always on the back of my mind. Like, could I do that? Like, would it be ludicrous? Lucrative?
Yeah. Well, because it's so different now. The landscape's so different. It's like you don't need studios anymore.
No.
And you can do it on your own with OnlyFans, but it's hard.
Yeah. What's in your mind, and then like what actually happens is there's a lot of behind the scenes work. Like, you only get the final product, and you see what, like, the Twitter posts and the Instagram posts and what's on OnlyFans.
But you don't see all the stuff that happens before it.
Yeah, in between
the
get
negotiating,
there, to get
the talking, the traveling, the making sure you're tested, making sure that everything is, copacetic.
Yeah.
Doing the, I don't want to say the rules, but like your comfortability with the person, because, you could be shooting with somebody that's used to like doing like, gangbang double penetration. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
I know that's what you usually do, but
Yeah. So that's always just been kind of easy, because now people know who I am and like what I was comfortable with, and that's applied just like it was. But in the beginning, there was like, hey, this is what I'm comfortable with. When it was first in studio, you'd get with a guy and you get there and get comfy and just talk and be like, yeah, so this is what we're gonna do. Girth is only comfortable with XYZ,
right.
And like, all right, let's rock.
Let's
on.
do it. Yeah, let's
go.
make some fucking money. Let's do it.
Now that we're on each other's level, let's rock this out.
So in your OnlyFans, you started it up. Was it difficult trying to get back into that whole scene again? Like calling all your contacts, reaching out to people that you probably hadn't talked to in a while. I mean,
no, I didn't do like any of that.
Okay.
I just got back on Twitter,
Okay.
and
I'm back.
like started a new account, because like now you can't even find like a Girth Brooks regular name.
Right.
You got to do all these underscores and different things. So I created a new Girth Brooks account. That was mine. That was
Right.
the actual Girth Brooks account, and just got some followers real quick. And I was like, oh, okay.
I'm back.
Like,
I'm back.
this can work. Like,
Right.
the people. Like, I didn't know if I was gonna like have fans. Like, well, it's been so long, and I don't look at myself. Like, I don't search and I don't read
Right.
reviews and blogs. And
I mean, that's healthy though. That's really actually healthy to do that. But so you started, so you get it started, and when you started it, what was your main goal? Were you like, okay, when I start this, I'm just going to do solos. I'm just going to do, what am I going to do?
Oh, I knew I was gonna get back into like doing collaborations.
Yeah.
But definitely wanted to start off like just solo, ease my way back into it.
Right.
Like get comfortable,
Back at being in that scene.
Yeah. Like it, yeah, I have to get myself back in that mindset.
Yeah.
Like, cause I suppressed all of that with all of the pain that came with it after I stopped doing it.
Right.
And I had to reopen some of those, closet doors and those pretty boxes that were up there deep. I had to fucking, I'm in the closet, like digging shit out. Like, there's that thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I eased myself back into it as I got comfy. And it was fun. My first guy scene was with Bobby DeBooby. And he's a freaking sweetheart.
Yeah.
Just like, all the other guys in here. But, you're fucking doing shit. Like you get a bond. So
yeah, you do. I mean,
and he is really cool.
That's awesome.
He's amazing. I saw him on my trip out here.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like, yeah.
Well, so, okay. So what do people expect? What can people expect from your OnlyFans?
So you can expect me. There's a movie.
Me.
There's a movie dropping out or has dropped on October 31st with Jade, and she is this new young girl model. We're doing like a 3-part like real series with like story, little acting, background. I got some guy collabs that are happening. I got girl collabs. I got some cuck. I am really diversifying and trying to
do what interests you.
Do what interests me too.
Yeah.
Yes. I am spreading my wings and seeing what is I'm dipping toes in everywhere.
Right.
So you're gonna get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's really just gonna be a mishmash of pure dirty, raunchy sex.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's what people want to see. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
And if you're really into bisexuality, that's the kind of the place to go. When you cuck, are you the one that's the one watching, or are you the one performing? Okay, okay. I can't remember. I don't know the terms.
Yeah.
So I was like,
no, I'm not sitting there watching.
Do you enjoy doing those scenes? Because you're an exhibitionist, so I would imagine like having somebody watch and like not being able to participate.
Yeah, and having the power of like, fucking this girl, like usually it's a wife or a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And being like, watch how a real man takes this fucking pussy.
Right.
And
right.
fucks it.
Yeah.
And then, getting him in there and like, no, fucking watch it. Like that dominance.
That's what you like.
Fucking hot.
Yeah.
To me. That's what I like.
Yeah, they love it. They love it. All right. So for the rest of the podcast, we're gonna do a little. Hold on. Where did I put my? Oh, I put it down. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Apology accepted.
Yes. So for the last couple of minutes, what we're gonna do? Thank you. Is we're going to we're gonna go over some words, and I'm gonna see if you can guess what they mean. Now, I've been kind of using the same words because they're so funny, and like you're not here for the other one, so I always think it's funny whenever people know or don't know. Okay, so what is a twink?
A twink is a cute little guy that's all like cute and small and Skinny.
Okay, you got that right. Good job. Right. Good job. Okay. What is a twunk?
It's a hunky, like more sexy small guy.
Yeah.
It's more manly.
they have a little bit more muscle.
Okay.
So they're still small, but like they're not like, you know, like they've been starving themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Not as
like they don't look like
dainty
Colt.
and feminine. Yeah. Colt. Yeah. That twinky little
He's so
stick.
not. No, Colt would be a twunk. Colt would be a twunk. Okay.
I wish he was here because I'd say it to his face.
I know. Too bad.
He's wrestle him later.
He's at work. I know. It's so sad.
I'm gonna go see him.
Okay, so these you're gonna know because I told you, but I just think they're hilarious. So, what is smurfing?
Smurfing is giving some dude blue balls.
Yeah. I mean, girls can smurf.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I know.
Oh.
Okay, and then what is kermiting?
Kermiting is getting right up in there, puppeting some dude's asshole, or fucking
making him Kermit.
Death.
Yes. All right.
What's this one do?
Oh, that's a good one. That's the joke one. Okay, hold on. We got one more. Hold on. Let me go here. Hold on. That's gonna be funny. Where did I put it? Obviously, you know, this is a very serious podcast. I have all this ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. We got it. So in the meantime, I was just gonna tell you guys that I love you. Like fucking love you, baby.
Are you talking about the are you talking about the fans or are you talking about me?
Oh, I was talking to the fans.
Okay, good. I was like, who are you talking to? I'm like, I love you too.
But no, I like really love you, and I was sad that I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, stop.
No, I do fucking love you. This has been the coolest fucking 2 days, like hanging out. I mean, it was like last night, but you made the bombest lasagna. I don't want to say too much because it was so good.
It was.
If anyone else that comes in expects something, I feel bad if it's not your lasagna.
Okay, so what is a bussy?
Oh, it's a boy ass. Boy pussy.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. That's a good one. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. I've never heard of this. A wote.
A wote. Can you tell me the country of origin?
Dude, here's a sentence. Dude, that party last night was so wote. The kegs were tapped after an hour.
Wote. Being late.
So wote is the worst of all time instead of the goat, which is the greatest of all time. Yeah. Wote.
I was spelling it WOTE. I think I would have changed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
A little bit.
It would. I should have probably used it in a sentence first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's an interesting one.
I need you need to start using that. Like when you're in Dallas, be like, "This is wote." And they'll be like, "What are you talking about?"
I like it. All right, this is wote.
This is wote, man. Okay, hold on.
I do like it.
Fog juice.
Fog juice.
This one's not dirty or anything. This one is the
amount. It's not dirty?
No.
I was gonna say it was like something in your underwear, like
when they're foggy and swampy.
Swampy, like swamp ass juice.
Swamp ass, no. Actually, fog juice is the amount of participation that is more than a mist, but less than rain.
That's for real?
Yeah, I'm driving in fog juice right now, guy.
Less than mist, but more than rain.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that.
That is pretty cool. I'm barely big into the science and the words or vocab.
Yeah, you need to start using that one when you're driving and you get into like some.
Yeah, because it's like that nature. It's part of the water cycle, man.
It is. Okay, so we got to cut it off now. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You're gonna definitely be coming back.
Definitely. If you'll have me,
I will.
100%.
I will. I think you're an amazing guy, and I think we made some really great stuff today. But I will have all his information up here somewhere, and then I'll show a picture of him here somewhere so that you guys can see what's going on, the pictures that we took. But if you're interested, go follow Girth on his OnlyFans. You're not going to be disappointed. You will see the pictures that we took, some of the videos that we took also. If you want to follow me, you can follow me also. I'll have my OnlyFans here also.
Please do.
I take pictures of pretty much a lot of different guys, so you're
an amazing photographer. So follow him because you're going to get like the best of the best of the best.
I appreciate
because
that.
he works with a ton of dudes and he's fucking great at what he does.
Tons. But yes, so thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again. I have a bunch of new people coming up, so hopefully you'll come and watch again.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.